And it would show we're providers, we're hunters, we're caretakers. I still wanted something that said crow, but at the same time, this says Bethany, where it's like a little sexy, using some leather.
It's beautiful, Bethany.
I'm really excited to be a part of this exhibit because it's a stepping stone to where Native people are going. My only, I guess, kind of qualms about it are that we're always in museums, we're always in institutions, and we're always on display. I have relatives who have their pieces in there. These relics that are in there are not just relics and we're a continuation of the people, but we're always on display. And I refuse for that to be my peak. Today I'm heading to Brooklyn to meet with Idris and Tony for headshots. I'm not one to be in front of the camera very often, so this will be interesting. Hi, it's Bethany. I was like practicing this morning. Just kidding. Idris and Tony are a photographer and creative duo. They're incredible, and they've worked with the biggest names in fashion.
You've enjoyed New York?
It has treated me so good for coming here for the first time. I couldn't have asked for a better experience.
Wait, it's your first time in New York?
It's my first time in New York. I know. Originally, I was planning to just go to New York the week of the Native Fashion Now exhibit, and then I had an email and it said, Anna Wintour and Vogue cordially invite you to Diversity in Fashion. I was like, oh my God, is this real? I got to meet Anna Wintour.
How was that?
She gave me the nod, she approved, because I kind of I got pretty ballsy at the diversity
Well, she likes
panel.
that. I think she's very because people don't approach her.
Totally, and so that diversity panel, they're like, we want to have the hard conversations. And so at the end, they were about to close it, and I kept raising my hand and no one picked, so I stood up, and I was like,
give me that mic.
I know, I was like, excuse me, and I was like, excuse me, and I was like, whoop. I said, so the designers in the room, as you're being inspired by those Navajo things or those plain Indian headdresses, I said, remember those have stories and those have real authentic truths attached to them, and it also means that as the editors and writers in this room, and I said, so Anna, and I said Elaine, and then I looked at the editor of GQ and said, how are you going to be accountable to Native people? And they were just like, the room was just like, I called them out. But I mean, that was a space where they were really trying to have that conversation, and it felt like they wanted to hear it.
There's a big conversation centered around, I think, Asian Americans these days as well. We have a project called the Persuasion Project, which is addressing negative stereotypes that we have to fight against, particularly amongst Asian men. Mm-hmm. In fashion, there seems to be these steps forward and then, a step backwards. And if you want people to be receptive of what is outside of the box, so to speak, that you're checking, that we're all, forced to check, we have to be welcoming and open to having that dialogue and creating it.
The whole idea of having to have diversity and labeling it as diversity, I think is not ideal.
Right.
It should always be diverse. Have everyone at the table so that there are different ideas and different points of view.
Totally. I agree with that. I like that. And I went to that Vogue panel, and then all these people were like, yeah, come to our show, and it was really easy. And then I got to sit front row.
Yeah. It's all about who you know.
Right. I know what I'm supposed to do too. I don't know if I'm supposed to smile or not.
Well, you keep it serious for now.
I got to go to New York and make a major, major statement. Made me realize it's more than possible to be in that space because I'm already there.
Were you at the Diversity in Fashion?
I was.
You brought me to tears. I have to talk to you at some point.
Okay, awesome.
I'm Keisha.
Keisha, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Beautiful. I dropped the mic, I'm telling you. New York definitely inspired me. The unity really is what inspired me to be at Vogue, to be with Idris and Tony, to be amongst other creative people who are really trying to inspire change. Really, that's the essence of my next collection. The rise, the bloom, and seeing myself, seeing other women I'm surrounded by, seeing other people I'm surrounded by, really step into their power, step into their light. I feel really hopeful because we're banding together, and New York's been a great reminder of that.
Watch more Indieland Storycast by following these links. Short stories, big impact.